Do you know why so many successful people keep a journal? As teenagers, right now I know everyone around you is telling you to become someone, to pick a career, or choose your subjects, or decide what your future should look like, or even if they don't tell you, you still feel like you should choose fast and yes, make the right decision. And honestly, I know how overwhelming that can feel. Trust me, I went through the same thing, and it can feel like your brain is constantly spinning with decisions, doubts, and worries about whether you're making the right choice. But what if I told you there is a way to do both? To have fun, enjoy your teenage years, and at the same time, set yourself up for the future without burning yourself out. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is primarily for teenagers, but honestly, age is just a number. Anyone who feels stressed, overwhelmed, or stuck in life can apply this video to themselves. And before I tell you how journaling specifically helped me, I need to stop you for a second. Because if you're a teenager trying to become successful as fast as possible, like I did when I was a teenager, you're already doing the one thing that quietly burns people out early. Because I see it all the time, my teenage cousins going through so much stress trying to juggle school, extracurriculars, exams, and expectations from everyone around them. Watching them reminded me of my own teenage years, and I felt compelled to tell them something really important, that all the stress is literally for nothing. Because take it from a 24-year-old girl who is living the phase of life that many teenagers stress about. And let me be honest, yes, you will go through tough times. That is inevitable. You will face challenges, and it is natural to feel pressure at certain points. In this video, I'm not going to tell you how to avoid tough times. What I'm going to tell you is something much more powerful, and that is how to let those challenges pass without letting them weigh you down, and how to stay calm, focused, and confident. And that brings me back to the original question: why do successful people keep a journal? The reason successful people keep a journal isn't to feel better, but to think better. Because when you think better, you feel better, and your decisions are clearer, your perspective widens, and naturally your life starts improving in all areas: emotionally, intellectually, and even financially. Journaling is a tool that keeps successful people consistently successful. And I don't mean just in money or career, I mean in life, and again, emotionally, mentally, and intellectually. Success isn't about intelligence or some secret. True, lasting success comes from a calm, structured mind, and that calm, structured mind, that is what journaling gives you. As a teenager, you're at an age where you have plenty of time to experiment. I had plenty of time to experiment without realizing. I failed, and I learned from those failures. And trust me when I say this, failure brings experience. It is what teaches you what works and what doesn't, and what you truly want from life. And the thing that saved me during my teenage years, and honestly continues to save me even now, is journaling. If successful people keep a journal, that is all the more reason for you to start journaling today. Because I did, and I can confidently say that it changed the way I handle stress, decisions, and life in general. If you've seen my previous video about confidence, you already know I've gone through some very tough phases in my life. Phases I wouldn't have been able to handle without a clear, structured mind. So here's what journaling gave me. Number 1, clarity. Journaling gave me clarity about myself and my decisions. It answered questions like, what am I actually good at, or what do I want right now? The process works because it forces your brain to actively think, brainstorm, and lay out all the options in front of you that you have but you do not see. Number 2, it gave me a sense of control. As a teenager, it often feels like your life is being decided for you by your parents, teachers, or even friends. Journaling changes that. It gives you a safe space to decide for yourself, not in a reckless way, but in a realistic and thoughtful way where you can actually weigh your options and make decisions that feel right for you. Number 3, it gave me direction. Once you know what you want, the next step is direction. Journaling helped me map out and plan my present and future, because ultimately, your present determines your future. It allowed me to see where to start, what steps to take, and how to actually achieve the things I wanted, rather than just dreaming about them. And you guys are privileged to have ChatGPT and AI. Just use it for research and plan your goals as you go along. And number 4, It gave me confidence. Confidence may seem small, but it acts like a catalyst that determines your performance in real life. When you have a plan, you act with certainty, not confusion. When you're confused or unsure, even simple tasks feel overwhelming. Journaling gave me confidence to act instead of staying stuck in indecision. So yeah, journaling helped me achieve all of this through just 5 important steps. The first step came when I was completely overwhelmed. Everything felt like too much, the expectations, the pressure, and the decisions. I started by dumping all my emotions on paper. I wrote about how everyone made me feel, how my choices were being overshadowed by theirs, and everything that was stressing me out. This step was all about venting, and honestly, it works. When you vent, your brain gets to breathe and think clearly again. Think of it as talking to someone who is extremely reliable, who won't judge you, and who will let you unload everything you are carrying. Step 2. After venting, I moved to writing about what I wanted, not just in the far future, but also in the present. Everything that mattered to me, even little dreams I thought were impossible. For example, one of my personal dreams was to become a pilot. I failed all my entry tests, and yes, that hurt, but writing about it allowed me to process it, acknowledge it, and put it in a perspective. And don't get me wrong, it is still on my bucket list. Maybe one day, if I become successful enough, I will learn how to fly a plane, but I won't keep it as a profession because I realized there were many other options just as important and meaningful. Writing about what I wanted made my goals tangible instead of floating somewhere in my mind. Step 3. Step 3 is where I begin my planning. Once I knew what I wanted, I started planning for each of those goals. Some things wouldn't work out, like my pilot dream or becoming a nutritionist, which I mentioned in my previous video, but journaling helped me adjust and redirect my energy. I'm now pursuing becoming an author, and honestly, it brings me the same level of joy and fulfillment that the other 2 careers would have brought me. This step is crucial because it teaches you that even if something fails, you're prepared. You're not stuck, you can move forward with confidence. And now, step 4. This step is about silencing the quiet judgment and decision makers in your life. Not the people who genuinely care and give good advice. Keep them close, and I mean it. Look for them, search them, and keep them for life. But I mean to silence the voices that constantly judge you without understanding your perspective. You acknowledge them, but you do not let them affect your decisions. I even wrote a signature sentence for these voices, so if I get to meet them, I will say that exact sentence, something polite yet firm, to remind myself that their perception is theirs. It doesn't define my choices. This step is about protecting your mental space and respecting yourself without getting defensive or angry. And now comes the final step, step 5. This is where I made a timetable. But when I say timetable, I don't mean waking up at 5 a.m. No, even if you're a night owl, that is completely fine. Instead of forcing yourself into a routine that does not match you, set one specific hour aside or time aside for yourself. For me, nights worked better. My days were usually busy with college, family, and other responsibilities. So instead of planning my entire day, which always failed, I made a timetable for the time I knew belonged to me. It could be 3 hours or 4 hours. Do that suits your natural routine. That 1 hour became my safe space. Sometimes I used it to work on my goals, sometimes I used it to journal, plan, or just think, and sometimes I used it to do something fun without guilt. This is what made the biggest difference, because consistency doesn't come from doing too much. It comes from doing something small regularly. You can apply this to anything, your studies, your career goals, learning a new skill. One focused hour can change more than an entire day filled with distractions. And that's really it. That's how journaling helped me survive my teenage years and still helps me today. It helped me figure things out step by step. It gave me a way to understand myself better, feel more in control, know what I want, and actually start planning for it. And this brings me to the end of my video. Honestly, it didn't happen overnight, but now I know where I stand. If you're feeling lost, stressed, or just want someone's opinion about your own life, you can leave a comment down below. You can ask me anything or just share what is on your mind. I will try my best to reply and maybe even give you some ideas on how journaling could help you too. So yeah, you are not alone in this. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.